nervous? Are there any moments of insecurity, like, can I pull this off?
Always. I think
Yeah.
uh, when you have lived in experience of a character, it becomes easier.
Right.
Andhadhun and Article 15, these were the two films which I had no lived in experience. So you put in more homework or extra work,
Right.
and there's certain method to it. But I used to be a method actor in college when I used to do theatre.
Right.
But over the years, when I started anchoring, did radio, journalism, I started believing in my gut and intuition. I started reacting more than acting. It really depends on the actor who's in front of you. So you just can't over-prepare. But certain films, yes, like Anek or Article 15,
Anek too, yeah.
Andhadhun. Action Hero also to some extent, because that was like my first in action, and in that world, I'm not that person at all.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk about action hero because you've always spoken about how you've grown up on like larger than life cinema and you love that kind of cinema. But last year was the first time we saw you do an all-out action film, and it's interesting because even that was kind of anti-casting because they cast you because you were not the quintessential action hero. So somewhere the quirk never leaves a package. It never leaves you, right? You come with that package always in whatever you do.
What I've learned from the pandemic is that I may not do taboo subjects on celluloid. If it's relatable, it has to be quirky for sure. An action hero, as I said, I'm not really obsessed by making myself look different on screen, on celluloid, but it has to be a different story for people.
Right. Yeah.
An action hero was relatable, it was topical, it was me versus them, like whatever happened, boycott, hashtag boycott Bollywood in the past couple of years, everything was there in that film.
It was a masala film.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very different. It was very exciting for me, I think.
Yeah. But was it also a step in a direction for you to, for a while at least, move away from, the social dramas you've been doing? Because that wasn't really, that was like an all-out masala film.
Of course it was. That's why it required a lot of homework. While I was shooting for Dr. G, I was preparing for Action Hero. I was taking MMA training and everything.
Right.
And since I'm not that person who's... Action Hero, I think the star in the film, Manav, is very self-obsessed. He's arrogant also at the same time. And he goes beyond self-awareness. So that was not me. So it required a lot of homework. And yeah, it was a welcome change for me. But even now, if I get a social comedy, which is fresh and which is entertaining, I'll just go for it.
Right. And you've got Dream Girl 2 coming up.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
and that's again a very completely in the masala zone, right?
I don't think anybody has seen a commercial film where the protagonist is playing a girl after Chachi 420.
Right.
So it's been a while, and again there's a void for that kind of space and humor, and it's really exciting. I think it's Dream Girl first one in steroids. I think it's like that. Yeah.
I remember you telling me that, after every 2-3 films, you need to do something which is away from your core. Do you still maintain that? I mean, your films are anyway shocking subject-wise for us, and then you push it a step further.
I recently did that with Action Hero. So I don't know, moving forward, I would love to do something which is again different, and it was my first, brush with action, and would love to do that again in future as well.
Yeah. You always said that the kind of actor that you're kind of out of syllabus when it comes to commercial Hindi cinema. So do you want to continue being a part of that syllabus and evolving in that space? Or do you want to start a new chapter and look at some other textbooks?
There is no rule, I think. To break the rules, you should know the rule to begin with.
But you've rewritten the rules. You have, right?
It's just not me. I think after Vicky Donor, there was a certain void of certain kind of scripts. I could not really touch that benchmark for another 2-3 years. It started happening with Dam Laga Ke Haisha. So the onus also goes on to the script writers and the directors who believed in me, and there were no commercial actors ready to do that film or genre.
Right.
So they had no choice. So I guess
it had to be you.
Yeah. So I'm glad it happened.
Right.
And in future as well, I would love to explore something which is novel, out of the box, and the first attempt in Hindi cinema.
Yeah.